Yes, people, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? Don from Kenya Goodness TV, and you're back again with another video. So basically, this is a match preview, Champions League night. There's so many games going on actually, but the main one that you have to focus on is Sporting versus Arsenal. This is an away game. I remember vividly well 2 years ago when I started this channel. The first game that I think we ever streamed, I think at that time was actually shooting with Ridge, my previous partner. So I think that the first game that we ever streamed on this channel was the Sporting game, and it was the away game that I actually played. And I remember us losing that game. We went full minutes, 2-2. I think it was 2-2 or 1-1 if I'm not wrong. And then went to penalties, lost the game. If anybody remembers that goal that the guy kicked, I don't remember the player vividly quite clearly, but the player kicked from the midfield and then he just found Ramsdale napping, got at the back of the net. So listen, man, you all know Sporting by day. Of course, one of the coaches who's actually been leading them to the success they've actually had is Amorim. But currently, Amorim is with Manchester United. They're also doing well, but in their league, I think probably second in the league. And it's a side that is quite serious. You need to treat them with the utmost respect it deserves, because they're a serious side. They're a serious side, and they can really, really give us a rough time. Previously, I think we drew with them at the Emirates, then went away. They beat us in the penalties. Yeah, so we haven't really had good history with these guys. And today we're basically linking up with them again. It's an away game for us. So first of all, allow me to say this. I think we are really on a good trajectory. The fact that we have most of our players back. My ball, and most importantly, Kieran Tierney. I mean, I've really missed that guy for the longest time. One of the solid defenders I think we've ever had in the team. For some reason, I don't know, Mikel Arteta dropped him. He had his own reasons. But personally, for me, I think Kieran Tierney is one of the most solid defenders we have. Maybe going forward is not really as good as Mikel's system demands, but when it comes to defending, KT is solid as a rock. And then most recently, Calafiori came back into the team. The only player that I think currently is missing, the only two defenders that I think are missing at the moment is Ben White. Ben White is actually out for months. I think he's been carrying an injury. Then I think they just decided, no, you have to go under the knife. Let's just get this sorted. And that is it. So Ben White is actually out for some months. The good thing is we have solutions for in his position. Gio and Timmer can play perfectly right in his position. So I think we're okay. We're okay right now. Squad depth actually is I mean, looking at our squad right now, I'm confident, man. Those guys we basically have 90% of our players back. Tomias, of course, is still missing. I don't know how long he's going to be out, but I think probably maybe given another month, then he should be back. Excuse me. Yeah, but looking at our score right now, we're healthy. We're very healthy, and the Sporting game is a must-win game. Guys have been complaining. Me myself, ever since Odegaard actually had an injury, there's been that lack of fluidity, and we clearly saw it from the Nottingham Forest game. You saw how fluid we were. We played very good. I think that was one of the best footballs I've seen for the longest time. Yeah, we played very fluid football. You could clearly see the link-up play between Odegaard and Saka. It just reminds me. I'm telling you, Martin Odegaard's football IQ is just on another level. If this guy can just actually have if you could just basically have a number 9 who just needs the ball, kill the whole thing, I think would be very fine. And I think this January we will basically need to find a way of signing a number 9. It's been a conversation. This conversation is long overdue, and we basically need to get a number 9. So at the moment, our squad is healthy, and I expect nothing less than a win from this game. One might argue the fact that I don't think we've really played bad football because of the system that are playing in. I think we played bad football onto the fact that you'll be missing players, some of our key players. Yeah. So Sporting is said that you have to be. Of course, those guys, they have one of the craziest number 9 we've seen. Gyökeres, very dangerous player, needs to be locked. I hope Saliba and Gabriel will actually lock that guy, because give the guy a chance. That is it. The guy punishes you. Give him a chance, slight chance, just like Haaland. I see Gyökeres, I see Haaland. Give him a slight chance. Could have a bad game, but just boom, out of nowhere, the guy just scores. So that's a player that basically needs to be locked in. So having said that, let's go to my starting 11. How basically I anticipate Mikel Arteta to set this up, and or how I actually see him setting it up. So in the goalkeeping position, David Raya has been having a very good game previously. Of course, the centre backs Gabriel, Saliba. Then on the right wing side, Giro and Timber replacing Ben White is actually by they been doing okay. Did okay by they versus Nottingham Forest. Then of course, the left hand side, we could play Ricardo Calafiori. Also had a very good game after bouncing back from an injury. Yeah. So the midfield, let's just keep it. The midfield, let's just keep it as we've always kept it. Thomas Partey, Martin Odegaard, and Declan Rice. Hopefully, Declan Rice is actually healthy to play. The Nottingham Forest didn't play, but he's on the bench. So Jorginho also came in and also had a good game as well. He had a yellow card, so Mikel Arteta made a very good decision of subbing him off, because you basically need to protect him. But then from we're not being like against the referees, yeah. So that's how I see my midfield being set up, or how I anticipate actually Mikel Arteta to set it up. The forwards, of course, Bukayo Saka on the right side. Center forward, surprisingly, Jesus didn't score. He let's just be honest. He really didn't. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have this finishing ability. Excuse me. He doesn't have this finishing ability. But you have to give it to him. The link-up play between him, Jesus, Odegaard, and Saka, there was just fluidity up front. Yeah. So this kind of game, I'll play Jesus at the center forward position, and then maybe, switch it up later on with Kai Havertz, because Kai Havertz, but he doesn't have this. He's not really the link-up play between Jesus, Odegaard, and Saka, vis-a-vis the link-up play between Odegaard, Saka, and Havertz is different. I mean, the fluidity by there compared to the Jesus one is different from that of Havertz. So anyway, let's see how it goes. Come on, Arsenal, man. You guys, we basically need to go on a run. The ultimate game right now is to go 10 games unbeaten. We can't afford to draw points. Be the Champions League, be the Premier League, because imagine if we draw points, we lost the last game we played in the Champions League. We basically need to be in the top 8 conversation. We lose this game, then it's going to be very difficult. We don't want to put ourselves in that position. So anyway, listen, my score prediction for this game, I'll go for 2-0 to the Arsenal. Come on, Arsenal. I'll be seeing you guys then. Come on, you Gunners.